just left Mount Isa and we are heading to Cloncurry, 100 k's up the road I think. We're heading north to Karumba, right on the Gulf of Carpenteria. So yeah, shortish day, about 500 to 600 k's of travel today, and we should be there around about early afternoon. Heading to Burke and Wills. Yeah, 8.63 metres.
I imagine you come face to face with that.
8.63 metres, eh? Old camp kitchen. Got keys on that. Saratoga. Smoky the pig-nosed turtle. Sure there's more to this. That guy was fishing before as well. Good morning. So it's 8 o'clock on the 23rd. Day, I don't know, it's in double digits now, unfortunately. We are just leaving Karumba, which is right on the coast of the Gulf of Carpenteria on the southern end there, southeastern end. We are now heading towards Cairns, but that'll be a few days away. Today we are heading towards Normanton, Croydon and Georgetown before we actually get into a place called Cobbold Gorge. So how was Karumba, Sharon?
It was good. I just said it didn't disappoint. It was quite a nice little place. I'd come back again.
Yes, could do with a couple more days of just chilling out. Quaint little village. I don't know, what's akin to Point Samson, sort of.
Oh, we just hit a room, guys. I'm just going to pull over. There was a big bag.
That's no good. So anyway, before we were rudely interrupted with a kangaroo strike, it was only a minor bump my bag's head with a little kangaroo, so I think it was stunned, but I'm sure it would have jumped away. Yeah, so Karumba's been quite a nice little spot, not overly cold or anything like that. The night's got a little bit cooler, but very pleasant stay out here. Very much a touristy sort of town, but also a lot of fishing, charters, what's the other one, crop tours, that sort of stuff that they do out here. Not too many shops, a little bit of industrial area. They've got a zinc mine, processing mine out here, and quite remote to the rest of the area. So yeah, certainly a very pleasant stay.
Yeah, they've got your basics. They've got police here. They've got a child health nurse. They've got pharmacy. Yeah, so they've got your basics here, which is it's a little community. Very nice little town. Come back again. Spend a few more days. Probably do a sunset tour if we came back again.
Maybe.
Oh, I will. He can stay behind.
Still a bit pricey.
Yeah,
A bit pricey, but anyway, something different.
Exactly.
I'm sure we'll have more sunset tours along the way.
Yeah, I think we're a bit spoiled in WA because we get the sunset in the evening anyway, and we get it over the ocean. So as beautiful as it is, it's not something that is unique to us, I guess.
Yes, whereas in Queensland, this is probably the only spot where you're actually going to have a sunset tour on the east coast. Maybe up north when we go to Cape York, and maybe in South Australia. Although Sharon will be shivering if she's doing a sunset tour.
Oh God,
down
South
there.
Aussie.
But yeah, it's good. It was a good stay. So as I said, we're off to Cobbold Gorge today. That's quite a unique geological area out there. So we'll show you a video of that later on today or tomorrow. Unique light posts. See many of those around Australia.
And off we go for our walk, minus Henry. I am, and I want video evidence. Look at the fish. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's actually quite healthy.
In
they can survive.
Saying how dry it is.
It is.
Oh, that's nice. But that tree, if we come ever again, it's going to be, it will fall over.
The roots are most probably fairly well dug.
This is our setup for the evening. We're here for 2 nights. Managed to get the vans parallel parked, attached as well. We don't need to take the cars anywhere. The tours that we've got booked are organised through their buses. We've just fitted a filter onto the water in pipeline, so that should hopefully filter the water that's coming through into our van. And on the other side, wife is cooking in there. We've got the Ziggy, just attached that, so that's all plumbed in. It's cooking nicely, and we are cooking some lamb.
Yeah.
6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning at Cobbold Gorge. The sun's starting to come above the horizon. The chopper in the distance about to take off, or is taking off. Got the Starlink set up. Doing a great job giving us some connection to the internet, where there is virtually nothing out here. We've used it a couple of times Yesterday at Karumba, today Cobbold. And I feel I might have used it once before as well somewhere. But yeah, it's doing the job. Definitely to get the video links up, but also stay in contact with family as well when internet's poor, which in some of these locations, more so in the last week or so, has been the case. Very hard to get in contact with anybody unless you happen to be going through a major town, which they're few and far between, and when you do, they're only 4G, possibly 1 or 2 bars, and struggling at the moment to really get anywhere. Hoping to find some food. What's your names? Hey, what's your names? Glar 1 and Glar 2? Oh my god, you're all here. As long as you keep the ants away, I'll be happy. We need you for a photo. Yeah.
These are what?
This is what the kids have got.
What the kids did for Henry. That's.
Henry's off-road travels and Sharon Henry's interstate shit.
And then it can be changed to international intrastate. So have all.
Oh, I like that.
So we're
Take
hot
this
shit
one
or
as-
shit hot.
Hi kids, we're finally wearing hot shit on. However you want to take it. So, yeah. Thank you Danielle and Phil for your lovely thoughts on this holiday. I don't know how much your mother's going to be wearing it. Beautiful. The start of many adventures. Hot shit.
One of the buses that we'll be taking to the gorge. We've got to go and assemble up at the reception area. And I guess they'll put us into our little groups, whatever. And then, yeah, go and look at the gorge.
Hello Sharon.
Henry?
Today we are doing Cobbold Gorge.
We are. And this one's not turning on. River.
And let us flow from our left-hand side to our right. And that'll meet the Gulf River around at 8 kilometers to the right. And that Gulf River will actually make its way all the way up north into the coast, just north of Karumba.
They get very deep very quickly in the gorge here. From the other side of the bank there, that drops down to about 4 meters.
What are heavy? We might need a few males over this side.
About a meter off the sandstone there. We got J.E. Clark, 1900, and E.J. Houlihan, 1960. We all see those ones there? So that's James Clark. He popped his name on the wall there 2 years after acquiring Robin Hood. And E.J. Houlihan, well, he was a station hand for the Clarks and the Terrys. Along the Savannah Way, dropped down to come see his mate. Scotty asked Simon if he knew of anywhere to fish. Simon said, well, I've got this gorge in my backyard. So I've got this creek in my backyard. You want to come check it out? Scotty said yes. So luckily for them, Scotty had a tinny. Simon had his car.
Pretty impressive.
Oh, isn't it? Reception and all the accommodation there. A lot of those accommodations come from Kidston Mining there and Sydney Olympics that they repurposed. So a lot of our weeping paperbark trees and lancewood trees, they're pollinating at the moment, giving the gorge giving the water there a bit of that cloudy effect. So with the walk, it's a circuit. Once we take off, it's a one-way trip, so you've got to get across the bridge there.
Oh, that's right.
Kind of our joke is, I got a charged up cattle prod in the bag there, so hopefully we don't have to use that one. So your average height when we get our floods, 6 to 10 meters. So we kind of say, well, that soft sandstone meets the rough sandstone. I kind of give you an idea of how much water enters the waterways here. Now that smooth looking sandstone, that's called patina. You can get anywhere between 4 and 6 mil thick. and it's nice and dense. About a 7 on the density scale of things. About as dense as your smoky quartz and shale. And that's again caused through evaporation. When the sun beats down on that wall there, it causes that water behind that wall to evaporate forward. Now that water might contain a molecule of silica. Silica is that rock glue that helps bind all this sandstone together. Well, that silica doesn't evaporate, it just sits there and firms up. Sorry. Don't get a lot of practice with the wind.
The Titanic. Titanic.
I was still yet to see how that one ends.
Or the Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, so not normally this windy, so I haven't had a lot of practice with the wind there. We're all definitely awake now, aren't we?
Yeah, doing pretty well.
Might find a bird flying up and down, but none nesting in the walls there.
Why is that?
The holes in there aren't deep enough for them. There we go. More or less like that. Yeah, like funny for like a hard rock how smooth it is. We've got a nice section of the gorge coming up where it's all been eroded through. Good to show you like the force behind the water, bringing in chunks of rocks and logs to be able to break out all that patina. So we call them our little doilies, little centerpieces.
Doilies, yeah.
So just watching our heads, just got to hug that left side quite tight to make it round. Yeah, so that's 7-spotted archerfish. He knows how to spit water, but our St. Andrew's cross spider, well, he's a little bit smarter. They've developed that doily center in their web there, confuse that archerfish, make him think he's looking at a bit of smoky quartz. Our snakes too, we've a couple of weeks ago spotted a couple of spotted pythons and green tree snakes in the rougher sections of the gorge there. They're nice and agile, nice and strong, can cling on to the sides of the wall there, but they get down to their patina, they slip in, they go for a drink. A lot of sediment up in front of us there with those big flooding events. A lot of extra sediment got pushed down the gorge this year. The boys at the start of the year actually had to get there and clear a fair bit of debris. So we'll see some of that as we exit the gorge there.
That'd be an exciting slide.
Oh, wouldn't it? You can imagine being here in the wet, watching the water coming down. I'll talk about how it's been described to us, what it looks like in the wet here.
There's my little spider.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice one there too. That nice St. Andrew's cross spiderweb up there to the left. It's another little stream that helps maintain the level in the gorge here. So we're out of the gorge now, back up Cobbold Creek. So that'll flow all year round. At the start of the season there, the boys come through the gorge, make sure there's no debris that we stop us from doing the tours. They tell me there was about a foot's worth of water over that rock there in front of us.
Wow.
To kind of give you an idea of how much water was there before we opened up. But if we kind of cast our minds back 10,000 years, stream was here, but it was flowing to my right there, heading out to the Robinson River through a place that's now called Stoneyard. Stoneyard was perfect for the Clarkson and Terrys there. 2 big sandstone walls, nice dry riverbed, so not a lot of dust. You fence off one side there, nice and easy to corral your cattle into, do your tick baths. Paddle board, if you fall off your paddle board, it's straight back on the board there. Other than that, no swimming in the gorge. No fishing too, $15,000 fine. So we've done the easy stuff, we'll get back to do the hard yards. As much as that looks like a nice bit of firewood to go there. Not Polaroid, so I don't get to see as much as I used to see.
Well, there's a nice big one over there.
The sandstone there, well, that's that's your manganese coming through, and that red rusty colour, that's all your iron. It's about from here onwards that we start to be able to spot our snakes if we're lucky enough to spot them today. Full circuit, so once we head off, well, we won't be coming back. We'll walk down the sandstone through the bush there and head back to the shelter there. We start by heading off down the creek there, stop and talk about our paper trees, and we'll head up into the bush there. Steepest slopes we'll be walking up and down, about the slopes in front of me there, so if anybody's had knees, hips, particular work on the last week, month or so, it might be best to sit this one out and you're all judge your own body there. So. On the bank there, so it might be a bit easier to see from this hill there. I can spot them just through the tree that's going down there.
Aye.
Kind of the sun
Can see
reflecting
one.
on their skin gives them away. Very interesting little fruit here. Kind of grows like an ice cream cone. So your ice cream cone, that's your fruit there. When that ripens, it'll actually start to swell up, change colour from the green, yellow, red, and then bright red. So when it's nice and bright red, that's when it's ready to go, ready to eat. But you got to be pretty lucky to get there, to get the fruit there. Your native birds, they all know where your fruit is. The minute that's ripe, they get to it. Again, I'm told nice and sweet. Our tour guides last season, they actually got a tree on the other side of the shelter there, covered up some of the fruit so they could get there and try it. But good point to introduce for your bush tucker. General rule of thumb is if it's red, dead for your bush tucker. So unless you know what you're looking at is good for you, kind of steer clear. Another rule of thumb is if you see the birds and the mammals eating anything that's red, generally means good for yourselves there, but again, I don't know about how confident I'll be, so I stick with what I know there. But nice little bush dessert if you can get there and get to it before the birds. I'll talk about this tree when we find some more shade there, just trying to find some fruit, because we can actually eat that fruit there. My dad is one of our bush tuckers. Giddy giddy or gidgy gidgy, some refer to it as crab eyes. If you have a look at it, yeah, kind of see crab eye. A lot of young kids like to call it lady beetles. But one of those seeds crushed up and consumed is enough to kill somebody. It contains a poison called abram. Very deadly stuff. Grows on a vine, one I prepared earlier for us. Grows similar to your peas. They grow on a pod. When they're ready, nice and ripe, the pod opens up, exposing the seeds there. Thank you. Indigenous had a clever use for the vine there. Find your waterway. Well, first you've got to find your giddy giddy vine. Find your waterway there. Make a little dam, corral your fish into the dam there, lock them in, break up your giddy giddy vine, pop it in the water, it actually stuns your fish there. It kills them, but I'm told the poison doesn't affect the flesh there, so you can still eat them. Don't know what the seeds taste like, never been game enough to try the seeds there, but the flesh, rather nice.
It's not red.
Brown. I'll find some more, like I said, I stashed some there yesterday. You'll always find these trees flowering. I don't want to give away too much yet, because I want to be able to talk about it when we're in front of the tree there. A bit of seed there, you might have to scratch off some seed if you're wanting to get into it, but yeah, just that orange flesh there, yeah. Yeah, just the flesh there. Bit of seed left over, so if you get a bit with a bit of seed there, just scratch off the seeds. Everybody there?
Yeah. Which bit? Just
yeah, there you go, just the flesh bit there.
very nutty.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's actually quite nice.
Very nice, yeah.
No?
No, it's a little cup. And then it feels funny when you come afterwards.
You'd have to collect up a good couple hundred of them, because you can see how little flesh we got from the seeds there. They were actually making a bit of a pancake or a paste out of the seeds there. So you break them up, disregard the seeds, add a bit of water, make your paste, form it into a pancake, throw it over your fire. You've got little breadfruit pancake there. Ludwig Leichhardt, when he tasted it, said it reminded him of rye bread back at home. So I've gone through and named them. Look your breadfruit tree. Quite nice. I want to get up there one day and collect a few fruits and try and make it at home, but you got to take a good couple hundred. But trees grow in abundance. If one's not fruiting, head off out in your bush there, find another one that's flowering there. But out in the nature refuge, we kind of stick to our little tracks, all those little areas that we.
That's the native beehive.
More, it's just starting to decay away. There's a crack that runs to the right there. They actually use those tunnels at night there. So termites nocturnal. At night they'll head off into that vegetation there, all that soft leaf spin effect, eat on all that dead leaf matter, help build up their nest there. Another little interesting critter that's nesting at the moment. One of our little grey mantis cocoons there. Actually, another one over here too. Get a dry lightning strike in our soft leaf spin effect. That resin within goes up, helps that spin effect go up, helps that lancewood germinate, get ready to regrow for your next season there. Indigenous being the clever people they were, had a clever use for your acacia trees and your spin effects there. Find a pole that's nice and straight there, make an arrowhead out of a stone there, heat up your resin in your spin effects tree there just right, sets like arrowdite there, helps bind them together. Heat it up too quickly, woof, goes up right in front of you there. So you got to be careful if you're messing with that sticky resin in your spin effects there.
Right? Just big enough for you?
Yeah, well apparently they fit up to a size 17. You can head out there now, guys. Get those photos going.
There you go then.
How thick is the glass?
It still gets sand. Still gets sand on there, but we try to reduce what we can.
I sort of stood down this way to take the photo before. Yes.
Yeah, you can start to spot all the fish life.
Thank you. Some of the grass bridges over in China and people trying to get on and they're like shaking.
Yeah. So your bridge can hold up to 14 tonne. So they say we can comfortably drive our bus along here. Hardest part is getting the bus up here. 19 metres above the water, and at the water level, that water's 9 metres deep.
Jeez.
The bridge was completed 3 weeks before the end of 2019 there. So they got 3 weeks worth of use out of it before they shut for their off season and bring on good old COVID in 2020. They had 4 staff members when they opened up in 2020, so that would have been fun times to be here. Total cost for the project, $1.5 million between the glass bridge and the 2 other bridges we'll be walking on very shortly there. But your glass bridge, $500,000.
Yeah. Yep.
Hang on.
And our fracture runs all the way on the other side of the gorge, right here, up in the sandstone. Starting to get a feel of why we don't run cattle through the sandstone here.
Yep.
A lot of bury it, come back when you're 4 days per week, rifles it up.
Spar pools.
A little bit cooler in here. One of those fractures. Sun doesn't get to beat down on the walls. Doesn't get as hot as it does out on the sandstone there. We get a temperature drop anywhere between that 5 and 10 degrees. You can imagine during the heat of the day, a lot of your mammals like to spend their time in fractures like this.
Oh, that was a good tour.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Really worth it.
Yeah.
going backwards.
Last year, first go.
Backwards all the way.
Oh, give it a go. I'm good, but I don't know. You saw me on the boat, so.
A couple of trees you can take out.